Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to work on making tomato soup. It is like getting off to the side there. Um, so I have some tomatoes to use up from my garden. Honestly, it is time to just pull up what's left of the garden because it's really just kind of that time of the year where it's just time to pull it up. And so I did what I could to save what tomatoes I could, and we are gonna cook them. And I also got a couple from the store to make sure that I had 3 pounds of tomatoes, but we're gonna make sure to use the ones that I have. And then we had half a yellow onion quartered, and then half a red bell pepper chopped, and that plus the garlic is all gonna go in the oven. All right, so we are going to cut up all the tomatoes. We might even have overdone the tomatoes where we just kind of maybe cut too much, but that's okay. I did notice that some of the tomatoes might have gotten a little, where I let them sit for too long, but that's okay. We're gonna just try to cut around it since they'll still get cooked. Need to take the compost out today because that really has not been getting done lately. Hopefully. But we're working on that. Some of these tomatoes are so small, I'm just not even going to worry about doing some of the and then we also have to do the bell pepper and the onion. I am just focusing on the tomatoes right now. Really, you just do some salt and pepper on top, and the rest of it is for after you cook it. The oven is preheating. This is one of those things that I just knew that I wanted to go ahead and get done. I knew that I wanted to have it done. Man, I cannot find a good spot for this. But I knew I wanted to just go ahead and get this done today because I'm not gonna want to do it when I get back from pre-op and all that. I think I know someone had asked if I had wanted to walk the dog Tuesday night, and I was very much absolutely not. But it's just because I knew I was gonna be so tired from both all the doctor's appointments on top of also knowing I would have to go to work. So I'm we're in such a transition now where we're either doing 6:30 or we're thinking about changing the time, and I'm I think it's okay, I get it, transitions happen, but it's also kind of it makes me miss routine. It really does. It makes me miss that sense of routine that working with kids had. And I think so it makes me really miss working with kids because I feel working with kids, you had that sense of routine, and you really kind of knew okay, this time we have to do this. At this time it's lunchtime, and now it's okay, we have no sense of routine. Even last year I had a better sense of routine where I knew these were the days that I was gonna go to work and work on these things, and now I don't have that at all. I think I definitely have more tomatoes than I needed, but that's okay. I also like was not sure whether I would have enough tomatoes, so I have a lot of like random tomatoes out in the garden that are still like green, and I'm honestly just probably gonna throw those in my compost because like what am I gonna do with those? If you have ideas, let me know, because I've tried like putting some of my like greener tomatoes in the like actual, you know, I've tried putting them like in a window, and sometimes it works and other times it does not. So I am kind of at a place where I'm like, maybe it's just not gonna work for some of these. All right, and so then we gotta do half a red bell pepper. I actually love this tomato soup recipe. This is one of my favorite recipes I do. It's roasted tomato, like roasted tomato soup, and it is by that from my bowl. I feel like I use a lot of her recipes, and then I use a couple of, but like that's like my go-to tomato soup recipe. And I just had so many tomatoes. I have been in the mood for tomato soup right now. I don't know why, but I definitely feel like that's been my go-to. Like, I've also been like having like that weird craving for grilled cheeses. So it's definitely been, I was happy to finally like just use tomato, like finally just be like, we're gonna have tomato soup. My compost is definitely like really needed to get taken care of. So for the seasonings, you just put some olive oil on top, and then you do the black pepper and salt. And I don't have any Italian seasoning, so I'm just gonna do like oregano. I need to refill my olive oil, but we're gonna put olive oil on top. And then some oregano. I actually still have a few fresh herbs, so maybe we will, once my soup is like done, we will throw that in there. And then we got the pepper. Don't want to do a lot of pepper, but just enough. I think that's probably good, and we can always add more if we want. And then some salt. The salt comes out so much faster than the, it's crazy how that is. And then we're gonna do it for 50 minutes to 60 minutes until the onions and bell peppers have browned, and then you just take it out, and then you use the tongs to transfer the roasted tomato mixtures into a blender. I just wanted to go ahead and get this done today because I just knew I would not end up doing it until like Wednesday otherwise, and I just did not want to. I wanted to like get this done. So it is actually ready to go in now, so I'm going to put it in now, and then I'm going to start like cleaning up and then work on lunch. I will say though, we're probably going to have avocado toast for lunch because I really need to use up my avocados. We are now making the buffalo chickpea salad, and I am just going to throw these chickpeas in here, and we are going to smash them. I personally like to get them a little bit smashed. I don't mind if they're a little bit, since I want to put them on bread though, I want to get them nice and smashed. I am using a potato smasher. This is also a recipe by that From My Bowl recipe, and we are doing, I thought this one sounded so good. It's a buffalo flavored chickpea salad rather than doing just a regular one. I love a regular chickpea salad with, like, add like those grapes in there or some like craisins, and I love that as well, but I just thought this would be particularly tasty. I feel like I'm that girl who loves anything buffalo flavored. I love, like, occasionally I love just treating myself to those buffalo burgers that are vegan as well. So, okay, I think that's like good for now, and then we will add some more sauce. Alright, so we have to do 1/4 cup of the buffalo sauce. I actually did not realize that I needed to get a red onion for this, and then I did have a red onion here, but it actually went bad. I hate when stuff like that happens. But I figure we'll just throw some onion powder in it. It'll still be good. So I am personally not like someone who likes to be like picky about stuff. I will make it work. Especially considering that the grocery store did not have the brand. They didn't have like their store brand. They were completely out of the store brand of chickpeas. So I had to buy, a more expensive brand of chickpeas. And like my one friend was like, who was with me, was like, oh, well, you could buy just like dry ones. But I've never even, tell me in the comments, have you ever tried that? Like, I just have never tried that. I have done like dried lentils, but that's also for crock pot dishes. So I wouldn't mind like doing dried stuff for like crock pot dishes, but like it's a lot more complicated, I feel like, when you want to do it for, something that's not, actually dry. And then, oops, I got this totally wrong. Okay, so it's just been that kind of day and just week, I feel like, in general. So we're going to add some more mayo because I actually did not add enough. So this particular recipe actually has her own, like, recipe for mayo, but I'm going to do my own thing. I find it easier to just do the plant-based mayo. I don't like to be fancy about it. I have tried doing like make your own mayo before, and I think I've done it in videos but I guess I just find it easier. So put a little garlic powder in there, and we also need to add a carrot. That was a lot of garlic powder. I'm debating on whether I want to like smash it some more. Now that it has a little bit of liquid, it definitely would smash better. Oh yeah, smashes so much more. Now that it's got like a little bit of liquid to it. I think that is good. And then we still need to add some carrot, dill, and I've got some fresh cilantro to add as well. So let's get to that. Since I have these type of carrots, we are just kind of gonna shred it that way. I definitely think that I would have loved to add some onion. I'm almost thinking, I am tempted to add jalapeno into it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of times I will follow recipes. Chickpea salad I've made a million times, I feel like now, because that's one of my like go-to lunch recipes. And so I am definitely tempted to go ahead and add a little bit of the jalapenos. So oh yeah. Well, even that in itself is like a lot of carrot. I think that's good for now, and we can always shred more. And then we're gonna add the chives and the dill. We've got some dill. Just need to do like 2 tablespoons. I'm honestly just gonna throw it in there because I think it tastes good. And we can always add more. I honestly think this is looking pretty good, and we'll get like 2 or 3 sandwiches out of it. And I also brought some peanut butter, so we can do like peanut butter and jelly. I was hoping to get peanut butter at the Midnight store, but they were completely out, which never has happened to me. I have never seen that happen before. And so I was definitely bummed about that because their peanut butter is so good. I'm gonna definitely put this in the ooh, okay. I think after this we will probably like just throw the rest in the woo. All right. Yeah, that's good. Yum. This is done. Woo! This is done. And then I'm going to put it in a bowl or a container. And we've got some carrots. I think I'm going to put them in like a glass to hopefully like keep them lasting longer. Maybe have them with some hummus today. And that way they will last a little bit longer. And we've got my soup cooking, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. We are now going to put the tomatoes and the peppers, all of that, in a blender and with a cup of vegetable broth. I actually had some vegetable broth that needed to be used up, and it was very, very little. So I am going to go ahead and put that in there. See, like, that is so little. I am trying to go ahead and start saving scraps to make my own vegetable broth because I am completely out. But for right now, we are having to buy vegetable broth from the store, which I'm not a fan of. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So I am going to use tongs to put the tomatoes and everything in the blender and mix it. We're going to start putting the tomatoes in the blender. I am not going to go ahead and like heat it up or anything yet. We're going to save that part for when I'm ready to go ahead and eat it. I just wanted to go ahead and at least like cook the tomatoes now. It did get a little bit more burnt than I expected, but you know what? That's okay. This is going to be interesting because we have some like yellow tomatoes in there too, which is going to be a very interesting taste. I think, I don't know if it's like the propane or what, but I definitely think we need to be like figure out how to measure how to cook this because it always gets a little burnt. Just a little bit. The garlic. Which actually should come right out. Look at that. So beautiful. Woo! Hey! One of those moments where you feel dumb because you forgot to put a new trash can in. Oh well. I'm going to add the vegetable broth and you're just going to blend it and blend it on high for 45 to 60 seconds. I did not add all the peppers and onions. I mean, there were only a few that I didn't add, but it was just because some of them got like so burned. I definitely think that I need to figure out like maybe like cook it for less to see if it gets less burned. It's just something about like, because I have a propane oven and I think maybe the propane is part of the issue. Alright, so I blended it and here's what it looks like. It looks good. So good. Smells good, to be honest. I eventually, when I do heat it on medium heat, I am going to add the oat milk as well and add any like salt or pepper that I want. But I am not going to do that yet just because I don't want to actually cook it. And I think that for now, I'm going to just do this. And then once I want to cook it, then I will actually, heat it up. So that is what I'm thinking. So I think I'm going to just go ahead, put this in the fridge, and then when I'm ready to actually cook the tomato soup, then we will add the oat milk as well. And that is kind of what I'm thinking. And otherwise, that is it. I gotta wash some dishes, and I have a couple of other like little things to do. But yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. I have been doing some cleaning. I did some cleaning in the bathroom, and I honestly really need to like just chill and sit down and eat because I haven't even had lunch yet. But I wanted to show you what I got for book club. So I got this pumpkin dish, and of course I thought it was hilarious that it was Pioneer Woman because my boyfriend's mom actually loves Pioneer Woman, and that is like her thing. So I thought it was kind of funny that this was Pioneer Woman, but they had a white one and an orange one, but I got the orange one because I got Ghost Mug. And this is all from Walmart, so if you guys find it at Walmart, go ahead and get it if you want it. So, I just thought I would do like a little haul. I got 2 of these because there's at least 6 people in all coming. And so I wanted to make sure there was enough for everybody. And I love that they have little different faces. I love that. I think it's so cute. And so it's kind of cool though because they even have the little like rack for them. So I just have these cute little mugs. I brought enough that then like they could take them home if they wanted to, or either I will just use them to decorate around the house and use them during this fun like Halloween season. Like, why not? So honestly, I need to like do like a clean out of some of my mugs because I have some mugs that have like just seriously gotten stained, and I really need to just do a hardcore clean out of mugs. And then also, like, of course I have those ones that I just love and cherish, but I have some others that are just like, I'm okay with giving it away and donating it because it's just, you get to a point where you just have so many too that you're like, but more than anything, it's like, especially if you like have ever drank coffee in it or tea, like, I don't know about you, but sometimes your mugs get stained, and I just have noticed that I also have an overflow of mugs right now because I have my like ones that are more Christmassy, and I am dying to finally put those out, but I am like, I have embraced Halloween more as I've gotten older. But I also love, 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 like, decorating for Christmas. But that is me. So, I just wanted to do a little haul of that. And now I think I'm seriously gonna eat something. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna eat, but we're gonna eat something. Good morning. It is now Tuesday. It is gonna be such a busy day. I got up and walked the dog this morning, and I also had to feed it because the man had to run to an appointment and is going to be gone like all day. I also am going to be out of town for most of the day, but then I'm coming back to go to work. So it is definitely going to be a busy day, which is part of why yesterday I spent most of the day cooking or trying to clean, and I even did a little bit of cleaning this morning, just little things to try to like clean up a little bit. But I am like 72% through this book now. I'm so excited to almost be done with this book. I am so thrilled to be almost done. As of right now, I really don't think I would read the second one. Me and one person in the book club have been, as I said, I think in the last video, we've been talking some about like, what we think, because she and I have similar like thoughts about like what we like to read and stuff. And we're also very much like, we don't like such graphic details the way this book tends to go. And I feel like this book it's getting very like, there are times that even like she'll ask me something and I'm like, because she's not as far in as I am, and I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't have the answer. And sometimes I can give her like an answer, but I am like, I'm so confused. Like, I just think it's like that whole like, I just don't know half the time what's going on. I don't it's hard to keep up with, I feel like, and I also feel like there's almost too many characters. Like, I have, like, these characters, and I'm like, okay, I got them, I understand. Here's their, like, for the most part, here's what I understand about them, and then, but then, like, there's other parts that I'm like, what is going on? And, or who are you? And so I am just grateful that this, like, I mean, obviously, it's a trilogy, so it's gonna be a series. So that, if I really wanted to know all the answers, I could read all of the books, but I don't think I want to. I honestly, there have been times that I've been reading the book and my boyfriend is like sitting next to me and he can even tell that I am just like, what is going on? And he's like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. He, like, I mean, and like some of the authors on the back are, very much like, some of the authors on the back, like one of them, I loved a book by them. And it's just so funny, like two of them, I love books by them. And to think that they actually gave really good reviews, but their books are totally different. It's just funny to think that, like, they have very different, like, writing styles than this author does. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on in this book. I am, like, so lost as to what's going on half the time in this book. I, like, feel like the writing style is okay. I feel like I would say her writing style is okay. I would say, but I honestly think that more than anything, I'm just not into the type of writing. I like reading smut books and romance, but like the level of smut that's in this book, it's not, I wouldn't even consider it smut, because I feel like smut is very different from like how graphic some of the details in this book get. Like, whereas like my boyfriend was like, you were reading porn. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it is a little bit on the porner side, whereas but I've got to go to a pre-op, and then it's gonna be a busy day. I'm gonna be so tired, but I don't have to walk the dog tonight, and I am just very much like looking forward to, I'm trying to finish this book because I want to read something that makes more sense and just is more something I want to read. Another author that I really like actually came out with a new book, and I really want to read that book. I've been wanting to read that book, but I I want to actually be able to talk about the book for book club, and so I'm trying to finish it. But we're almost there. I have quite a few avocados to use up, so we are having avocado toast with some lemon juice on top, as well as everything bagel seasoning. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Wednesday. I actually have a couple of errands that I'm gonna run today. I have a friend who is collecting prom and like homecoming dresses and is donating them to the local public school. So I am giving her a few dresses that I still apparently had from when I was in high school. And so I am gonna give her those. And I also found a dress that was my grandmother's. I did try it on, but didn't fit, so I'm gonna donate that one as well. But I think that my grandmother would very much appreciate it. And so I really don't have like a lot going on. I'm trying to finish this book. I am so close to the end, so close. I'm at like 83%. I just want to get this book done now. I don't think I would read another book of this author's again. It's not my style, and it's a little too graphic for me. But I also got confused a lot of times, and I wasn't the only one in the book club. I had another friend in the book club who, like, she and I were texting back and forth, and even she was asking me questions and I didn't even have the answers. So I'm gonna go after lunch because the place that I need to drop the dresses off does not open until like 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna wait. And I also am thinking I'm gonna stop by a store that I like shopping at because I need more shower steamers, and that's where they sell those, and I really like their shower steamers. And I also just would love to see what like new sweaters they've gotten in, because I feel like I went through a lot of my clothes in order, because this time of year the local hospital does like a drive for coats and sweaters and, you know, just different types of clothing like that for the homeless. And so I went through all my clothes and tried a bunch of stuff on, and some of the stuff I was like, I don't even like this anymore. And so I actually had a lot more donations than I expected, which was great. But I also had a couple of sweaters where, like, I actually love them. It's just that they were so worn out to the point where I was like, I'd rather just donate them and then replace it with something nicer. But I also realized I've had that sweater for a good like 2 or 3 years now, and have made it, I have worn it working with kids, I have worn it cooking, I have like worn it for everything I can think of, to the point where it's like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be needing some, it definitely has gotten its wear and tear. I was thinking about donating a pair of shoes because I want to replace them with a new pair, but I don't know if I can donate a pair of shoes. So that's something I should have asked. But I will see you guys in a little bit for dinner. I've been debating on whether I want to put some makeup on. I just am not, I don't know what is wrong with my acne, but I am not loving it lately. But I mean, who really ever loves their acne? But you know what? That's okay. It's just part of life. And so I will see you guys in a little bit, and we're gonna try that buffalo chickpea salad sandwich because I have not tried that yet.